Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Grue Room. And for the Grue Room today, we got a very great guest. He's an actor, and he's was just recently in the horror film The Black Phone. Jacob Moran, and I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Room, and my interview with Jacob is coming up next. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thanks so much for taking time out of your night and coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, buddy. So, like, I see you act like you've done, films and TV and plays, and you also sing and dance too. So, your your first start was it doing plays like singing, acting, and dancing?
Yeah, so I started playing drums when I was really little. So like
Oh,
2 years old. My dad was a drummer, so we had like a set of drums in the basement. I would just bang on those, and then, when I was seven, I was still interested in doing that, so I got lessons, and that's when I wanted to really learn about music. I love listening to music. So that's what sort of got me into wanting to do plays. So right down the street is this organization called Orbit Arts Academy,
okay.
and that's where I started doing plays and stuff. So I did Big Fish. I played the young version of the lead role, and I did 101 Dalmatians. So like
Wow, nice.
those kinds of things.
Sweet,
That's what really
nice.
got me into plays.
And like out of all the plays you've done, which play did you have the most fun with?
Yeah, I would say so. After all of the stuff that I did at Orbit, there was a singing coach there, an acting coach, a dancing coach, which is what I all did. I heard about the show, The School of Rock, and that was just right up my alley because I love playing music, singing, and then on stage and stuff. So for my birthday, my 10th birthday, I got tickets to go see School of Rock on Broadway.
Nice.
And this was super awesome. So me and my mom, we flew out to New York. We saw School of Rock, and when we left the theater, I was telling my mom, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like this show is so cool. And my mom was telling me that I should audition, and all the auditioning stuff was very new to me because this is the
Yeah.
biggest thing that I would have ever done.
Yeah.
So I auditioned, and I didn't hear anything. So we auditioned again, and
Okay.
then this was like a year later, once the set had already, like the first School of Rock set had
Hmm.
moved out. So I auditioned again, and then we got a call back, but that call back was in Orlando. So we flew to Orlando. I did the call back there.
Nice.
Um, I played the drums for my part, and then I did the singing and stuff. Go back to Atlanta, get another call back, but this time it's in New York City.
Oh,
So
wow.
we fly to New York. We do the call back there, and I did the drums and the singing. And this time there was a lot of kids there, so
Mhm.
they would like sort of mix and match us, put us in groups. We would do like the dance number, and that's when I knew it was like, man, this has got to be like the final callback. I feel like this is getting to the end of this. So 6 weeks later, I'm coming back from Paris on a school trip,
Nice.
and I call my mom once we land to ask her if we've heard anything from School of Rock, and she
Yeah.
said no. So I'm in the car, and my mom gets an email from them saying that I got the role for the national tour. So I
Oh,
didn't know this yet. So I'm in the car, and I open the door to walk into my house, and I see a sign that says, "You've booked the Broadway national tour of School of Rock," and it said "You're in the band," which was one of the songs, and I was so shocked. So that was my favorite play, and I called my family members, my acting coach, my voice coach, because I would not have
yeah.
been able to done it without them.
Well, yeah. Wow, that is so awesome. Like the School of Rock is really cool. Like I mean, I seen the movie, and we got a School of Rock in like Philly too, because I live in Philly,
Yeah.
Philadelphia. And I mean, it's just great. Like all the kids they got for School of Rock are so talented and so
Yes.
good, and uh,
It's
it,
very fun.
it is. It's really great. It really is. And like you say, you were playing drums, and I was reading that you did like a world tour as a lead drummer?
Yeah, so the School of Rock, I got the role for James and I understudied Freddie. So Freddie
Okay.
was the drummer, and so I played whenever, he would like go on vacation, or he would take like off days and stuff. So that's when I would
Yeah.
go on for the drummer. But my main role was James. So yeah.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, and we toured around the US and Canada. So Canada, we did Toronto and Ottawa. Toronto, we were there for 6 weeks, and that was around Christmas time, which was super cool because it was snowing.
Yeah.
Everything was just super cool there. Ottawa, we did that for 1 week, and then in the US, we did east to west coast, all around.
Sweet, nice. And I mean, I'm guessing drums is like the main thing you like playing, like when it comes to like songs and stuff and music.
Yeah.
So are there any drummers that you love watching?
Yes. Unfortunately, Neil Peart, who passed away, was one of my favorite drummers. But I really like watching like funk
Oh
music.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
that's like really interesting on the drums because it's really technical and can be very difficult. So it's interesting to watch that because it can be hard.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you probably know Tom Tommy Lee. eh,
I
Like,
don't.
uh,
Who
yeah,
is Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee's with the crew, the Mod Lee crew.
Oh, I don't know if I've heard of them. I might have if I see like a picture. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, but
Yeah,
I can
like
definitely recognize a face.
his drumming is, oh my god, like I went to some like shows that his band was doing, and Tommy Lee actually had his drum set elevate into the air and spin around while he was playing
No
the
way.
drums. It was
That's so
crazy.
cool.
It was absolutely crazy. Like his drum set spins around and he's playing the drums hanging upside down and twirling around,
Wow.
and then it went on like a roller coaster and he's riding the roller coaster playing. The guy's crazy with the drums.
That's crazy.
and, and I also see you like sports. Like, what kind of sports do you like to play?
Yes. I play golf. But I also like mountain sports and water sports. So things
Yeah,
like wake surfing, wakeboarding, slalom ski, snow ski, mountain bike, all of those kinds of things I love. I would say those are my favorites.
we. And what about like to watch on television? Like,
To
what kind of?
watch, I like to watch football. I like to watch golf, of course.
Yeah.
All like the Olympic stuff has been fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. And what was like the very first role you ever did, like out outside of doing plays?
First role, I would say it would be 101 Dalmatians at Orbit. And my first like big role was young Simba in The Lion King.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. And I was looking through your page and stuff, and I see you did a Chris, a Christmas film, holiday film with Dolly Parton, and I mean, wow, like Dolly Parton. How was it like being on set with Dolly?
Yeah. So first of all, it was that set was just super cool. And Debbie Allen, who directed it, was super cool to work with and watch her direct. She was just very interesting and very, very nice. So the way they did the Dolly Parton stuff, because in the movie she was an angel,
Yeah.
they had to film her stuff like separately. So they had to like when we've actually filmed, she wasn't there. Like so they had like this almost like golden yellow light shining down on where she would be for that like angel effect. So we had like an eye
Oh,
reference. So unfortunately, the day I got there to shoot, she was leaving, so I never got to meet her. But I did get to meet Debbie Allen, Christine
okay.
Baranski, who was in The Grinch and like a whole bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice. I mean, as long as you got to meet the rest of the cast and you had fun with them, it's all that matters.
So much fun, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And you just recently were in a horror film, the Black Phone. And
Yes.
how did you wind up finding out about the film and actually landing the role?
So if it weren't for my awesome agents out of Atlanta and New York and LA, I would not have been able to do this. So I had the great opportunity of auditioning for multiple roles in the Black Phone. But when I did Billy, I got pinned for that one. And
Okay.
then later on, they said that I booked it. And I was so excited because horror has like been something that I've loved and always wanted to watch and stuff. But when I was little, I wasn't allowed to watch horror
Oh yeah,
movies,
of
but
course.
I've always wanted to be in one. So this was like super big for me. And I was super excited about the Black Phone.
Awesome, awesome. And you played a role of Billy. Like, can you tell us, like, for anyone who hasn't seen the film yet, of course,
Of
like,
course.
can you tell us a little bit about Billy and what the Black Phone is?
Yes. So Billy is my character, and they call him Paperboy Billy because he's like the newspaper kid who rides around on his bike. And so the movie is based off Joe Hill's story, and Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. And the production company's Blumhouse, and they make tons of movies. Like they made Halloween Kills and like
Yeah.
all those kinds of movies. It's based on this kid Finney. He's 13 years old, and he is kidnapped and thrown in the soundproof basement by what the town calls the Grabber.
Mm-hmm.
And in the basement is this black phone that's attached to the wall, and it's disconnected. All the cables are like cut, they're disconnected. But one day that phone starts to ring. Um, and the people who are calling Finney, who's in the basement, who's been kidnapped, are the five previous victims of the Grabber, and they have been killed, so they're dead. And they're calling him and they're telling him how to get out of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see, if you watch the trailer, it shows like there's a combination lock here. There's
Yeah.
this cable we tore down here. You can throw it up here.
Yeah.
So we're making sure that what happened to us doesn't happen to Finney.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's pretty nerve wracking, like thinking about watching it.
Uh, I it's a very good horror film. Like, I think it's like a mix between thriller and horror,
Yeah, I would think so.
because it keeps you on the edge of your seat, especially when he's trying to get out of that room.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good. Like, I liked it a lot.
Yes.
And what did you like most about being on set and playing Billy?
So my favorite part about playing Billy and being on that set was, well, first of all, the people. There were so many kids in that movie that it was
Yeah,
just such a great, like, we all got to know each other very well. But what was really fun was like the hair and makeup and the stunts, just like sitting in that makeup chair, letting them put on like 2 hours of cuts and slits in my neck and blood rushing out of my mouth and like stuff on my teeth. That was just so cool. I mean, like the people who do the makeup have like done so many cool projects, like the live action Ninja Turtles,
oh
so many
wow,
things. So like talking to them about their experiences just was so cool.
nice, nice. That's so cool to know how they do stuff like that. Like, when you're looking at the film, watching the film, and you know, especially horror, like you see the people like covered in blood, throat slice, and all that stuff, and the
Crazy.
special effects for it is just crazy. And just to know how it is behind the scenes, like how they they get it done, and the stuff they have to wear, and how they have to cut at the right time to make like the fake blood come out, like all that stuff is, like, it's great, like, to know how to do that.
Yeah, everything that goes on behind the camera is definitely difficult. Not easy.
Yeah, I'm sure. And like, out of all the scenes from the Black Phone, which scene would you say you actually loved the most, like either watching it or filming it?
Okay, so I would say I have two main favorite ones. The first one, it was really fun because it was all five of the they call them the ghost kids because there's five,
Yeah.
I mean they're dead, and so they call them the ghost kids. all 5 ghost kids, and we're in this. We filmed this in a green screen room, and we were with Ethan Hawke, who plays the grabber.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but like it was very like very technical scene, and like everything that went into this one scene was just super cool because it's like toward the end of the movie, so it's like all the 5 kids, the guy who kidnapped everyone, and I just think that it's going to look so cool on screen, and I cannot wait for everyone to see it.
Yeah, definitely. And like, how was it like actually working with a big name like Ethan Hawke?
It was very, very great experience to see how like people who have a lot of experience, to see how they handle a script and how they handle it behind the scenes, and how they get out of character and get back into character. Just watching them, knowing they've had so much experience, is a very great opportunity to learn from them.
Definitely, yeah. And was there any like cool behind the scenes stories that that happen on set?
Yes. So there's this one scene where, and this is the black phone. There's this one
Yeah.
scene where you can see this in the trailer too, where Finney's sister is riding her bike down the street, and it's raining, there's thunder, there's lightning, and the lightning flashes and she falls off her bike. But in the lightning flash, you can see all 5 kids lined up on the street into the street. That's why she falls off her bike. It wasn't actually raining, so they had to have like this crane bring in these like tubes that would like pour water on us.
Oh
And it
wow.
was already freezing enough, so it was very cold. But what I thought was funny was there were still people living in their houses. So we have all over like horror makeup. There's like blood dripping down our faces. So there's this family down the street, and there's like a 6 or 7-year-old daughter like hiding behind her mother, like just peeking out, trying to look at what's going on, because I don't think she understood the film and what we
Yeah,
were
of
doing.
course. Yeah.
So we were all talking like, okay, we should probably go over and just tell her that we're, normal humans, that we're not actually dead.
Exactly.
So we went over and we talked to her, and she was scared at first, but then she was fine. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, I I could imagine that like little kid looking out the door and seeing all these guys covered in blood and
Yeah.
cameras and water
Yes.
water flying out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you you play Billy on this movie, but you also play another Billy on a TV show, the Wonder Years.
Yes. I did play Billy as a guest star on the Wonder Years,
Hmm.
which is pretty ironic because Billy from the Black Phone. And hopefully that Billy in the Wonder Years will be reoccurring. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like with that show, like did you ever watch like any of like the old show that was out?
I did not, but I did watch, before I obviously went to film, I watched some of the previous episodes,
Yeah, yeah.
and that set was very cool. That was also in an NBC studio in Atlanta. And it was super cool to meet Fred Savage, who is, who directs the Wonder Years.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, because he was like the the main guy, like the main cast on when the show was first out, like many years ago,
Yeah.
and Fred Savage was on. I think he was either a kid or a young teenager when the show
Mm-hmm.
started, and now he's back on the show, directing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome to hear. And what are some things you love doing during your free time? If you actually ever have any free time between filming.
I would say, going back to my hobbies, I like to be outside a lot, so
Hmm.
biking, and then in the summertime, like going up to the lake and doing stuff like that. I love to be in the water, so I got my scuba diving license last summer.
Oh, sweet.
So I like to be in the ocean and stuff like that. So I'd say that's some stuff I like to do in my free time.
Awesome. Nice. So are you like a beach guy too? Like, do you like going to the beach and the ocean and all that?
Yes, lake and beach are really debatable. I don't know.
There you go.
They're both great.
And you said like you're a really big fan of horror films, and as you could tell with the shirt and everything, I'm a huge fan of horror films. And
Yes.
so what are some horror films that you really love?
So yes, I am a big fan of horror. And Blumhouse, who made the Black Phone, has made
Hmm.
some of the my favorite movies. But I would say one of my favorites was Happy Death Day. I really liked like the story behind it, how
Yeah.
she, woke up and then she got killed, like she would got killed again and she would be
Yeah.
reliving that same thing. I just like those kinds of movies, how it's like what's gonna happen next.
Hmm.
I think that was my favorite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good. Did you see both of them?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they were actually really, really good. I remember going into it, so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not. I was like, it
Yeah.
sounds kind of stupid. But then when I actually saw it, I loved it. It was really good. I was really shocked on how good the movie was.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you wind up seeing like Halloween Kills or like Scream 5 or any?
I watched some of Halloween Kills, but I did not get to finish it. That is something I do have to finish
Okay.
for sure.
And what about like the new Scream that was I mean
Not.
it's still out yet in the
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
mo- the movie theater.
I've got some horror movie watching to do.
There you go. Okay. And, and what do you like binge watching? Like, is there any television show you like binge watching, like on Netflix or Hulu or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I loved the Outer Banks series.
Oh yeah.
I watched that probably two times. That was probably
Nice.
one of my favorites. I think they're filming season three right now. Schitt's Creek was really good.
Hmm.
I mean, I wish I had more time to watch TV, but I really do gotta, get on the loop with all these like new shows. But I do try to keep up with things that like my friends are in, stuff like that.
Okay, nice, nice. Did you ever see any of the TV series that was just out of Chucky?
No, but I have heard about that. And
It's really good.
okay, it is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
I mean, if you're a fan of the films, like you'll definitely love the television series. Like Jennifer Tilly's in it again and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was really good. I liked it.
That's cool.
And what about like, I mean, since you're big into to songs and music, and what are some songs you like listening to? Like, what's on your playlist?
So I'm kind of all over the place with music, I would say. I can go anywhere from like classic rock
Hmm.
to rap to country to pop. I really like all genres. I mean, I can't really pick one.
Okay, okay. There you go. And what about games, video games? Are you a gamer at all?
uh, I mean, yeah, I do play like in my free time when I have, if I do, like after school, and
Mhm.
I'll go through my Fortnite phase or Call of Duty phase, maybe, play with my friends and stuff. But yeah, I do sometimes play.
Sweet, sweet. And what about apps? Like, what kind of app are you on the most? Is it like Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram?
I'm gonna have to say TikTok and Snapchat. TikTok has gotten so addicting for me. It's become like a nighttime routine. I have to scroll through it because I feel like it's like filtered to everything that I like. So I
Yeah,
see like, I don't
exactly.
know, maybe it's like listening to me. I keep seeing like all this stuff that I talk about. So it's hard to get off of it. I don't know.
It's very addictive. I mean, once you start on one video, that one video turns into 5 videos, 10 videos, and then you're like watching it for like an hour or two. And
I know.
I mean, I
It's
was supposed to go to bed.
yeah, exactly. I got school tomorrow.
And do you have anything coming up that you want to push or plug? Like, you got any shows or movies or?
I recently just filmed a few commercials, and
Hmm.
then I just did this film where I played the younger version of this true story based off a rapper. His name's Tommy Kane,
Hmm.
and it basically is talking about his life story. And his mom was like a drug addict and living on the streets practically, or basically. Um, so it was that role was very interesting for me to play because I've never done anything like that before. So to have him, in the back room looking at the monitor, watching me portray the role that he did, living
Yeah.
like, this really hard life, like made me really get into that character, and just like talking to him about his life, just it helped me with the role because it was very difficult for me. So
Wow.
it was really cool. It's called New Shoes. It's just been entered to some film festivals.
Oh,
So
nice.
hopefully that'll get that'll go cool places.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Good, good luck with that with that film.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And what about like what kind of food do you like? Like, what's your like food that you could eat like every day if if you had a choice?
Okay. So I like a lot of foods. I'm not too picky, but I like steak. I like things like that. Like I like, you know, I like a good piece of meat. Like, I don't know,
Okay.
fish, steak, anything like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would say steak. That's probably my favorite food.
Nice. Great choice too.
Yeah.
And where can fans find you at? Like, what's your pages?
Yeah. I'm on Instagram at the Jacob Moran. I have my own website. It's just jacobmoran.com. And I'm also on Twitter, which is I am Jacob Moran. So yeah, go feel free to follow me. Of
Awesome, buddy. Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking time out of your night and coming on the show.
course.
And
Thank you so much for having me.
definitely, man, definitely. It's been really fun. You're really easy to talk to. So thanks again for joining the show,
Thank you so much.
buddy. Well, definitely have a good night and good rest of the week and weekend, bud.
Yeah, you too. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same. All right, buddy.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. Rocco.